There are few who would brave the tattered black gates that tie this shadow Mulsantir to its twin. Yet you have come, brave or not. What is your reason for coming here? Has something called you to this place? It is said that when one looks into shadow long enough, it leaves its mark on your senses, and that even one's eyes can adjust to the darkness. But my eyes have always been such. As with my wings, both are marks of Mount Celestia. My name is Kaelyn the Dove, formerly of the House of the Triad. My spirit now lies within the House of Ilmater. You know his name and his acts, then. He calls us all, and comforts the wounded. Even in this place, I can feel his presence, and it grants me the strength to continue on. I seek entrance to the depths of this vault. The next stage of my pilgrimage lies there, and this gate before me is but another obstacle placed in my path. I have stood before this door and studied its surface for days countless, and let my eyes fall upon black, the thin etchings of its surface. If you relax your eyes to the shadow, you see the true depths of the artistry of these mosaics, some written in ash, others in shale, slate, and dyed tile black. Within these shades is a key, and once unlocked, the path will continue on. I have spent most of my life traveling the plains. Even so, it took me a long time to sense the ebb and flow of the portals in Mulsantir. With enough concentration, I was able to bridge them, although, judging from your strength, it was more difficult for me than for you. That is a good question. I know the ones in Mulsantir unveil themselves at night. If so, the darkness of the shadow plane should leave the portals to Mulsantir always open, but that is merely a guess. Although, since the flow of streets and even potential obstructions in Mulsantir may not be here, there may be more portals here than were evident in Mulsantir. I have not explored enough to say. But again, what I offer are guesses only. Do not take my words as truth unless you have a chance to test the portals yourself. Most of my time has been spent reaching this place, but I have seen fires in the distance here in the Shadow Plane, but I do not know who else is here. I spotted them down by the ferry. I suspect they may be visitors like us. The native creatures I have encountered have little use for flame. I think the two of us may not be the ones best suited to ask such a question, as we both came here with purposes of our own. As for others, seclusion is one reason. The Shadow Plane is a place to hide secrets, close but beyond the reach of most thieves or watchers. Evil things may transpire here, far from the eyes of others. It was actually easier to go forward than retreat, so do not think me brave. Many were the shadows that I fought on my way here, and as I explored this place, they arose anew from the darkness. I suspect that with the passage of time, even the opponents you faced on the way here may arise again to face you. I believe they returned within a day's cycle. It may have been less. Time is difficult to track within this plane. It is. Unlike the other structures, it is not a shadow of Mulsantir. It was purposely built on the Shadow Plane by priests of Myrkul. This place was chosen for its secrecy. Few can travel here as they would in the realms, and even once here, fewer can survive its inhabitants. Its purpose was a library and a prison. The priests of Myrkul used it to store valuable artifacts and relics. They also imprisoned enemies of the faith here, ones they needed to keep in shadow and silence. For those who needed to be silenced forever, or had simply passed on to the City of Judgment, a crematorium was also said to lie within these walls. Myrkul had many enemies, both within his temples and without. Many died in Myrkul's name with no one to hear their last words, with no one to help ease their suffering. beyond the Great Hall, not far. Many of Myrkul's priests remain in the antechambers. I did not wish to reveal myself to them until I had finished my studies of the gate to the level below. Still, I suspect I will only find what I seek in the side chambers, where the priests still carry out Myrkul's rituals. Even the roles of gods and their priests can change in time. Myrkul was once god of the dead, and then Kelemvor took up that role. But Myrkul's creations still remain. I would welcome company. My watch here has been a silent one. Still, my purpose is here. I must find a way to the lower vault. No matter what I try, this gate blocks my efforts. I can find no key, no means of opening it. I do not know what more to do. I would welcome such help. I have traveled alone for too long from my brothers and sisters. Perhaps you were called here, just as I was. If so, perhaps the plains have need of us. I pledge myself to your service. Let us see what good we can achieve by our alliance, and may Ilmater bless our endeavor.
This is way too much! I can't take all this! This is way too much! I can't take all this!
Yes.
about me, okay?